Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Couple questions for you. What is the first thing you do when you get in a vehicle? Go ahead and think about it, and then I want everybody's answer. Tim.
Open the door.
When you
Put on a seatbelt.
Okay. Ariel.
Put on the seatbelt.
Tressler.
put on a seatbelt.
Mandy. Beck.
Yeah.
Chad. Ryan. Everybody puts on their seatbelt right away? Okay, good. That's good. Okay. How many of you feel it is important to wear a seatbelt while you're in a vehicle, either driving or being a passenger? Pretty much most of us. Great. Okay. Today, I brought in a seatbelt that I actually took out of my vehicle right before Easter break because the recoil stopped working. I felt it was important that I needed to replace it so that the passenger in my vehicle, if I ever got in an accident, had a safety device on and wouldn't be thrown or seriously injured not having one on. Okay? Today we're going to talk about why seatbelts are important, ways to check to make sure your seatbelts are working properly, and reasons to wear a seatbelt. Okay? So, we're going to talk a little bit about seatbelt use. So, okay. Why seatbelts are important, okay? Accidents are the leading cause of death for teens, okay? That means, you know, you go out driving, you do something, go down a gravel road, go a little too fast, take a corner too fast, cause an accident. Does anyone have any ideas why it's, you know, that is the leading cause of death for teens? Anybody raise your hand? Jet, Ashley?
Inexperience.
Exactly. That's the main reason why that's the number one cause of death for teens. Seatbelts are also important because it prevents a person from being thrown from a vehicle. Let's say you are going down a gravel road. You hit some loose rock. You roll. Okay? Do you want to be in your vehicle or found a couple hundred feet away? Okay? 17,000 people could be saved every year by wearing a seatbelt. Okay? 17,000 people. That used to be the population of Dickinson before this boom. Okay? The average medical costs are 50% higher for those not wearing a seatbelt. 50%. So your bill is 50% higher than if you had just pulled that belt across your lap. Okay? And only 1% of passengers who actually are wearing their seatbelt get thrown from the vehicle. I would say your chances are pretty good there. Okay, any questions on why seatbelts are important? Okay. Okay, next, we're going to talk about ways to see if seatbelts are working properly. The first way is to give it a tug. Give a good pull, and if the recoil is working, it's going to lock up, and it's not going to go anywhere, okay? The second way is to make sure that the belt is not twisted. If it gets twisted in there, it's what happened to this one. The belt got twisted through here, and it got locked up in here, and then it wouldn't recoil anymore because it got so twisted and locked up. Okay? So you want to make sure that the belt's not twisted when you're using it. And then to make sure there's no slack in the seat belt. Okay? When you pull it, or you pull it tight, make sure there's no slack so it locks up while maybe if you get in a collision so you don't go flying forward. Okay? And if your seatbelt is malfunctioning, you should fix it. Any questions on that? Okay. Next, we're going to talk reasons for wearing a seatbelt. First off, it's the law. It's a law in 49 states to put your seatbelt on. There's one state that doesn't allow it, and that would be New Hampshire. Okay? Another reason, it keeps you from being thrown from the vehicle. You know, you're getting in an accident, you don't go flying out the vehicle, they don't have to go find you laying out in the field somewhere, okay? The next reason, it keeps you from being thrown around in the car, okay? You get thrown around, let's say you get in an accident and you're a passenger, you really want to be thrown over into the driver or into the back seat. You know, it keeps you locked in, prevents you from being thrown around the vehicle, And like I said before, it keeps you from being thrown into the other people in the vehicle as well. Okay? Airbags are less effective if you're not wearing a seatbelt. Okay? Airbags are great. Most vehicles have airbags, on the side of the seat, in front of you, behind you, all over the place. If you're not wearing a seatbelt, that thing's just gonna throw you around as well. Yeah, to prevent you from flying out the windshield sometimes, but not all the time because you don't have that safety device across you. Okay? And then seatbelts remain the #1 safety device. Okay? It's what's gonna save your life, potentially, unless you're in that 1% category. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay. Right now, I got a quick little video for you. On buckle up for safety.
The National Safety Council says, if you don't have seatbelts, get them. If you do have seatbelts, use them. Seatbelts can and do save lives every day. Buckle up for safety, everybody, buckle up.
Okay. Can anybody tell me what the point of that video was? Rebecca. Exactly. How many of you are gonna have that little jingle stuck in your head for the rest of the day? Most of us? Yeah, that was the point. Okay. Right now, I'm gonna hand out a worksheet. Everybody go ahead, fill it out, put your pencils down when we're done. Good. Not everybody's got that done. We're going to go through this. Go ahead and give yourself a check mark if you got it right. Okay? We're going to start with Tim. Tim's going to read the answer, or read the question and give his answer that goes along with it. Okay, and then we'll work our way around the room.
What is the leading cause of death by teens? I put driving experience, or I don't know. That's wrong.
That would work, but we were looking for accidents on that. Okay? Accidents is the leading cause of death by teens. Okay? Ariel, go ahead and read the next one for us, please.
What prevents a person from being thrown from a vehicle? Seatbelts.
Correct. Anybody have any questions on that? Okay. Okay. Presley, you want to go ahead and read the next one for us, please?
Average medical costs could be up to what % higher for not wearing a seatbelt? I didn't know the answer.
Anyone help them out?
50%.
50%, correct. So you could potentially spend 50% more of your medical bill in a hospital if you were injured in an accident by not taking 2 seconds to fasten your seatbelt. Okay? Maddie, would you like to read the next one for us?
What are 2 ways to make your seatbelt working properly? Whether you can give it a tug or make sure it's tight.
Yep. Anybody else have any answers to that one as well?
Make sure it's not twisted.
Perfect. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Good job. Rebecca, would you like to read the next one, please?
What state doesn't have a seatbelt law? I said New Hampshire.
That is correct. Yes,
You know why it's New Hampshire?
It didn't specifically say why they didn't. I'll look that up and I'll get you the answer next class. How's that sound?
Good.
Perfect.
Okay. Jen, go ahead and read number 6, please.
Name 2 reasons for wearing a seatbelt. It's the law and for safety purposes.
Okay. Anybody else have anything other than that?
Keeps you locked in.
Yep. Anything else?
Save your life.
Save life. Okay. Yep. Some other answers. are less effective. What if you're not wearing a seatbelt? You could be potentially thrown around in the car or thrown into another person in the vehicle. Okay? And then, Jen, go ahead and read the last one for us.
What is number one safety device?
Okay, and what is that?
Seatbelt.
Seatbelt. Okay, good. Any questions on the worksheet? Okay, go ahead and tally up the ones you got right. Ron, go ahead and pass it in for me. Pass them in front, I'll collect them. Cheers, Presley. Anybody else have any questions on seatbelt safety and the use? No? Okay. Can someone tell me a few reasons why seatbelts are important? Ashley?
Save your life.
Perfect. Any other reasons?
Prevents injury.
Good, Jim. Okay. Can anyone give me why, some reasons that we should buckle up? Presley?
It's the law.
Okay. Any other reasons, guys? Ariel, you have another reason?
You wanna stay alive?
Perfect. Okay. And then, what are a few ways you can check to make sure your seatbelts are working and functioning properly?
Give it a tug.
Give it a tug, Ryan?
Make sure it's not twisted.
Perfect. Okay. So that was the lesson on seatbelt safety. Like I said, if you find a malfunctioning seatbelt, like I did, go ahead and replace it. I mean, there's salvage yards, there's different places you can find a decent, nice, cheap, affordable seatbelt to replace it. I mean, $40 or 50%. Think of it that way. Okay? All right. Thanks, you guys. Have a good rest of your day.